So this video is for parents mainly about how you can help your child practice at home. We know that it's a huge ask for you guys at home, but we feel like we've got some quite good tips to help you establish some really good habits and a bit of a routine with it. I think firstly it would be really important to set up the right environment for your child to practice.
So that means if you're a cellist, you're going to have help them find a stool or a chair that's the right height for them. The right height is when you sit at the edge of your chair and you can have a 90-degree angle or a right angle where your knee bend is.
Yeah, and for a violinist it's really important that you don't sit down and practice. So the child needs to be stood up, and if they're reading music, for instance, they need to be having this music on their eye level. It's no use having the music too high or too low because all the posture and things that we're trying to establish will be completely ruined. So if you can find a space where they can stand and a music stand at the right level, or a shelf if you haven't got a music stand.
For the cellos, it's equally as important that you find something for the spike. Some of your floors might be carpet, and that's usually fine because all of your cellos have a little rubber knob at the end of it, which will work on a carpet. If your floor, however, is more like this floor, a bit slippery, you might need to find a spike holder. That can be some sort of arts and crafts that you make at home. Lots of mums and dads are really good at coming up with good ideas about spike holders that you can attach to chairs or with a rubber underneath that goes on the floor. You can buy them in music shops, or you can go to textile shops or rug shops and get rugs or ends of rugs for not very much money that you can put under your chair so it won't slip.
Yeah, and the next thing is to make sure that the space in which you're practicing in is quiet and focused. And I know that lots of the children we teach have siblings, so if you could try your best to entertain them in another space, that would be amazing. And I strongly recommend not allowing the other ones to do something that the one practicing really wants to do, because that makes them immediately unfocused. So that would be another good thing. And also, no technology in the room. So unless you're using the phone to help you practice, try your best as a parent to not be texting friends and going on Facebook or whatever, but just really focusing on your child's practice.
It can be a lovely time. I remember from my childhood how lovely it was to just have those 5-10 minutes with either mum and dad, completely focused on something positive that I was doing.
Absolutely. And as a parent, I strongly encourage you to use really positive language when your child is practicing. And
leave the criticism to us.
We'll do that bit. And work out your own little reward system. So buy little packs of stickers and draw up a little chart and help them to see. Children are very visual and they like to see how much they've done in 1 week, and then get them to come in and show us what they've been up to. And also make little videos of them practicing and show us in class what they've been up to. It's always really good to do that.
Absolutely. Other visual thing for kids is they sometimes don't have a good sense of time, how long they have been practicing for. So however long your child is practicing, if they're a beginner and they're practicing for a few minutes, or if they're further on and practicing for half an hour or an hour, it's very good to have a timer that you can set on your phone, or you can buy a really funny egg timer. I know they're very old-fashioned now, but they are fun to look at.
And when the alarm goes off,
and when the alarm goes up, it's time to stop, and then they can also follow it.
And also, one thing that we do as teachers, we do lots of repetitions. So if you could buy things or have things in your house, so if you've got lots of cuddly toys, every repetition they do, they get a cuddly toy and you can line them up so they can see how many repetitions they've done of one thing. Or those little erasers that you get that they have at school, you can build those into little towers. Just try and make the experience as fun and as engaging as possible so it doesn't become something that they really hate to do, but something they actually really want to do.
Just to say about that, also about the repetition, because however long they're practicing for, they're probably going to have to play the songs more than once, and it can be boring just to play it over and over again, so you can try to come up with fun ways of doing it. I know you get lots of ideas from the classes and the teachers come up with, but you can also come up with some at home about playing it a bit slower or a bit faster or a bit quieter or louder, or anything you can come up with to make it interesting to play things over and over again, because repetition is the best way of internalizing these songs.
And fundamentally, it is not about the length necessary of time of practice, but rather that it's regular and consistent practice.
So it becomes a part of your daily routine from day one, preferably.
Yeah, and making sure that you find a time when the child is preferably not really, really tired after school. A good time to practice is in the morning. If you can find 10 minutes in the morning, that's an amazing time because children are fresh and energetic at that time. Thank you. Have fun practicing.